Well, the time is now 6:10, and we're joined with Jerri Glover. She is a member of the Governmental Affairs Committee and a realtor right here in Amarillo. How's it going?
Good morning.
Yeah, good
it's
morning.
going well, thank you.
Well, tell me a little bit about the realty situation in Amarillo right now.
Real estate in Amarillo is interesting. It has been, inventory, as we call it, is very low, which means there are very few houses or properties for sale. That fluctuates from week to week, but we are seeing, on average, 200 houses or 200 properties or less per week for sale. So it's a dogfight out there.
Yeah. Well, are the prices higher right now than
They are. It's what we would refer to typically as a seller's market. The prices, the houses are going for more than what you would have seen 18 months ago.
Yeah.
Since COVID kicked in with the pandemic, we've seen some increases in prices, and it just keeps going up as the inventory goes down. It's supply and demand, simple economics.
Do you expect prices to start dropping soon, or?
Probably not soon. The information that I have seen out there is we're looking at possibly anywhere between 3 to 5 years before we start seeing any relief on the market. So.
Well, what about taxes? If someone owns a home, what kind of taxes will they be paying?
So taxes are a really hot topic right now because everyone just got their assessment, and most people in Amarillo saw an increase in the taxes or their property values, which they believe is going to immediately result in higher taxes, and that's not necessarily true.
Well, do people have to get an appraisal on their house now?
An appraisal is something very specific and is typically done when you're lending or if you're trying to get a true value of your home. If you have questions about the value of your home, you can always contact any realtor, and we are happy to run what we call a market analysis and do a simple sort of overview of your property value for you. And that kind of gives you a basis on which to go and understand more what your house is worth.
Okay, well, aside from protesting, if someone doesn't like their appraisal, they're really unhappy about it, what do they do?
Well, there are some things that they want to do. First of all, you want to make sure that you contact the appraisal district or you look at your exemptions to make sure that you are taking every exemption that you are able to, whether that is a homestead exemption, an exemption due to age, to disability. There are a number of exemptions you can take, and those all reduce your taxes. Another thing you can do is vote. I know that sounds crazy, but on May 7th, we have an election. There's actually a measure on there that talks about or that allows for increasing the homestead exemption, which is what most property owners take, from $20,000 to $40,000, and that's a pretty significant increase.
Yeah.
And then the other thing you need to do is be involved with your local taxing entities, whether that is your city council, your county, or your school district, and pay attention to their budgeting processes, because the budgeting is what actually affects your taxes, not the property value. That affects how much you pay of those taxes, but it doesn't necessarily automatically translate to increases in taxes if the budgets for those entities don't increase.
So if someone is interested right now in investing in real estate and the prices are going up, where do they go?
Find a realtor. It's hard to throw a rock without hitting one of us in town. We have several, but you can contact the Amarillo Association of Realtors, and they are happy to steer you in the right direction for finding a realtor that would meet your needs. And we're always happy to go out and help you find the right property.
Is there a website that they could check out?
For taxes, you can go to knowyourtaxes.org, or you can Google the Amarillo Association of Realtors. You can find us on social media. You can find us on the internet. We're out there a little bit of everywhere.
And a phone number that they could call?
The phone number is Amarillo Association of Realtors on my phone. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with numbers.
That's okay.
But like I said, you can find us for sure on our website. The number will be there anywhere on Google. You can look us up.
And I think a lot of people will have questions about real estate because it's a little different than it's been in quite a while.
It is. And it's not, I always encourage people to find a realtor, whether you're buying or selling, because while there are things you can do on your own, there are certain things you probably shouldn't do on your own. Representing yourself in court and buying real estate are a couple of those.
Okay. Well, thank you, Jerri. That was really interesting. I learned a lot. And we'll be back with more of Daybreak after these messages.